Yo, welcome back to Kingdoms and Castles with Justin and Ulam. So it would appear that I was a little bit premature in declaring the Viking invasion defeated. But was I, though? Was I really, though? I think, you know, the work speaks for itself. Alright. So with that, I think that we are. So, last episode we took out a lot of our stockpiles. Primarily because they were kind of meaningless where they were anyway. And now, as I think about it, seeing as how most of our productions are probably being slowed, if not halted, by, well, no, because now we should have, well, although if they're at full stock, they're not going to be able to pull from, so that is still going to cause that. So, not sure how to make this work. But one sure way to get there is to do some spending. And for wood, at least, we'll go ahead and finish out the plans for the wall. And then turn camera back this way. Whoop, down there, down here, across. Whoop, not all the way, just down to there. And then down to there. There we are. And then here on the island, why isn't it following? Oh, because I went over water, and it freaks out anytime I do that. Okay, I was not thinking this little edge here out very well. And over here, bring that all the way down. Over 2. Up. Whoops. Didn't quite click where I meant. There we are. So now that island has its plan as well. Let's check in with the merchant, see what he's got. I will actually take you up on those tools this time. As well as still taking you up on that. Alright. Looks like that's all coming along nicely. Let's go ahead and put builders underneath stockpile workers. Alright, so that's 12 builders out of 660 needed for the full job, but kinda knew that it was a giant job, and that was asking a bit much anyhow. But is this not... Yeah. order to use this area for our foresting, I kind of want it to be walled off too. Where is the gate? Here we are. So, yeah, given that we would still need to basically just extend that wall along here, I think. Which would be a lot of pier work at the moment. Ay, 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 ay. I think what we'll do instead is let them finish up with a bit more of the work that is over here. But, even though stockpile workers are above, if no stone is being done, then we'll just close the stone ones, as well as the quarries. Is this one still working? No, it looks like that's happened over here too. Alright, in which case, we'll go ahead and close the stone production for right now, until we can figure out a better means of accomplishing it, which also frees up more workers. I believe all the granaries are, yeah. Well, no, according to this, we're only at about half capacity, so some of them must not be being fully utilized. And yet, these all seem to claim that they're at full storage. Alright, well no, not that one, I guess. And not that one, though. Both of those were kind of close still. Is this a granary? Yeah. Ah, so this one's dead empty. Go ahead and demolish that then if it's not being used. This one's barely being used. Demolish this one. And that one. Which should force them into the ones that were close. Probably will, yeah, mean a lot more loss to exposure. But we do already know that this level of production, anyway, was not filling them and is sufficient to feed everyone. So I think no matter what I do, I will need 2 piers here. Here we are. Gonna throw a festival, seeing as how our population could use those last couple people to be added back for workers. Let's go ahead and also get them planning in these rock removals. Oh, whoop, nope, already got it. Don't need these out yet. One. Whatever. is that reservoir doing? Doesn't look like it's really assisting anything. I was planning on having more fountains than I ended up going with. This is the one that's allowing this fountain to work. These are all full. Where are they pulling the wood from? Probably this one primarily. Right, I'll free up a small handful of other workers. So we'll definitely want the road not to be quite so close to the water. Although going through this little area will still be complicated because of that. Let me go ahead and plan in some of these roads not being right next to the water. And once some of these fall, we can put in our planned roads to occupy the space so that it doesn't grow back in those locations. I think I got most of the others that we need out. Alright, they still haven't quite cleared this one away. Here we go. Finally getting around to a couple of these getting taken out. Alright, that one's ready now. is. Nope, not quite it. Not as is that one. Now it is, though. Alright. Come on. Just need these two down, guys. Come on. Well, we'll check back in on them in a bit. First, let's see how the wall is doing. Looks like they finished the inner one. Now they're working on the one on the island. So, we can go ahead and demolish not the bridge. Well, unfortunately, there went the road with it. And I think I may have taken out a piece of road there, too. There we go. So, that opens up quite a bit more room for us. As to figuring this part of it out, we may go ahead and also take out some of the... Well, no, I think we should be able to cut down without being too close to the wolf dens. We'll just have to see. Alright, so they're still not really getting to this, so... Yeah, there must still be quite a bit of construction left on the island. Ugh. Barely enough room in here for anything other than just road. So I'm not sure what we'll do with this area now. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and let's let this find a dock. Choose dock at. I'm assuming it's going to land at the arrive at the first one in dock. Yep. So we'll go ahead and demolish that. And we will purchase your wizard tools. Could use some of those. 73, 69, and I think we'll leave everything else fine. So we'll just take some of those resources off you. With that wall now gone, this seems a little less useful, but oh well. Oh, I didn't think that through even a little bit. then in that case, I'm really not sure if we'll do anything over here other than just have it exist. It does seem like people are able to walk through that little area, however nonsensical that may be. Let's see, so we still have a lot of potentially... Oh, wait a minute, yeah, I need to see. It's still up. So right now, what we need is 8, 9, 10, so that's another in the 10, 7, 8, 9, 10, so that's 2 zeros. So basically 200, and we are making 204, so yeah. What are the terms of that, though? Are there master workers at charcoal? Doesn't appear so. So they store up to 6 wood, and they make 2 charcoal for every 1 wood, so that 6 stored becomes 12 each. And that 15 per year means that they basically consume, then, 7 wood per year. So I don't actually know if closing them down would be sustainable at all. Ay. Yeah, this little chunk of island really doesn't have enough room for almost anything. Alright, let's also see if I can't try to do the math for these. So, the soil fertility will throw things off a little bit. But, otherwise, windmill nearby makes them 3, and all of them will definitely have that, so that's uniform. Master workers, alright, so there's only +1, but it's from each one, so that should be fairly uniform too. Base output of 4, receiving irrigation is uniform. So, that's 10 for that one. Let's see if I can't find one that's... it's also medium soil fertility, medium, where's one that's anything different? Are they all just medium? I could have sworn. I could have sworn that they weren't all uniform. But they're all claiming only medium soil fertility. Curious. Were all of these? No, surely. Yeah, this one's got high soil fertility. But that's really only a difference of 1. So in the grand scheme of things... Still somewhat important, definitely. But... let's assume that all I really do is ensure that I avoid any of the zilch soil fertility ones. Yeah, because barren that have irrigation are ready for agriculture, but they'll give you a +0 to that specific bonus. So, if on average these farms are producing 10 a year, we have 8 per windmill, 6 windmills. Pulling out the calculator, because ain't nobody got time for that. Alright, 8 fields times 6 windmills is 48. So with 10 each, that'd be 480 food from the full set of fields per year, not taking into account flooding. And that's technically just over the storage of one large granary. What am I missing then? Why are we filling so much more than that? Just the orchards? It shouldn't be. Yeah, so the orchards, as we can see here, are just, well, I'm not sure what percentage under, but they are under that efficiency because the farms are 10 to a single square. The orchards are, well, 30/4 to a single square. So they're producing 10 less food for the same number of squares. Kind of. How many workers are needed in a windmill? 2. So that's really not that bad. Because then that means that any of these full squares of 9 require 10 workers. 1 for each of the 8 fields, but then 2 for the windmill in the center. Versus the 4 only requiring 3 workers, so being a little more efficient on that front, but being a bit less efficient on space. Though, now that I think about it, $10 less food per square, but that is significantly better workers. Well, no, because then I'd have to multiply it out to an equivalent. So, I think just doing it 2 out would be the same. So, let's see. If these are 3x3, you'd have to put it out to 6x6, because then 6x6 would mean 4 of these windmill sets, and 9 of the orchards. So 9 of the orchards would be 30 times 9 would be roughly 270 food at the cost of 27. Oh, duh. So 27 food to, or 270 food to 27 workers versus 4 of those windmill units, which were 8 times. No, wait, no. 10 food each, right? Yeah, so that's 80 food per windmill times 4. So 80 times 4, 320. So 320 against 270. That's 50 food difference, and that's a pretty substantial worker difference. Especially when you take into account the fact that orchards can't be flooded. So, yeah, the more I think about that, the more that the orchards seem to be the wiser way to go. For the consistency, if nothing else, but then also just, yeah, it will be less efficient for the food, but it will be, I think, technically a touch more, what is the word I'm looking for there? Efficient on space and definitely on workers. Looks like they're getting some of that work done, and we are just about to have an attack, but we will have to let that wait till the next episode. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.